Hello and welcome to Helicopter Training Videos. In this video we're looking at dangerous student errors during slope operations. This is a clip from the Helicopter Training Podcast's Dangerous Student Errors series, and you can find those full episodes linked in the description or in our YouTube podcast tab.
Indeed. Well, let's talk about slopes. What should pilots and flight instructors know about those?
I think that most pilots and instructors have a pretty healthy respect for slope operations. They know that that is relatively high risk for dynamic rollover. We are deliberately landing this aircraft on something that's uneven, and we're going to have to spend a little bit of time on a single skid, and that's got all the pieces ready to go. We've got a pivot point, we've got power enough to hold the aircraft in hover. The last piece for a dynamic rollover is the rolling motion, which can happen easily with a cyclic input that's incorrect. So I think generally instructors are pretty close to the controls, especially the cyclic there. But this goes back to pre-briefing and verbally briefing with the student. If we get caught up, do not yank that collective up away from the ground. That's the worst thing you can do. If we get caught up, we're just going to lower it down, or we'll stay where we are for a second and we'll work this out. When a lot of places where we're teaching slopes might be at the airport environment, off to one side of a taxiway, which typically has gravel and things like that in. So if we are on that one skid and we're trying to teach the student to hold it and have control of the aircraft before we let it down, if there's a lot of yawing around and moving around, we can start digging ourselves into the ground and creating a ditch, if you like, which increases the chance. So making sure we're paying attention to that, the instructor and the student clearing the skid when we come to pick it up again, make sure we haven't dug a huge ditch there. And I also remember we were looking for a maximum of 5 degrees. That's nothing. It's really nothing. We're not doing a heli ski drop off on the side of putting a toe in, and it's really mellow in the training environment. We just need to land with one skid down first before the other. That's a slope. That's what we're looking for. Saying that, the R22 tends to sit low left skid, so it often is quite easy to train with the left skid making contact first. That's fine. Just make sure you're teaching your students to do right skid down first as well as left skid down. Don't get them only learning that maneuver one way. When they go to an off airport, the landing may not accommodate that memory that they have of only landing left skid down first. So.
Yeah, it's interesting. Almost all of my training prior to doing my commercial was with either the left side low or the right side low. When I went to do some of the commercial training, we actually did slopes where it was higher in front of us or higher in back of us. So that's another dimension to think about for slope training as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and then that tends to naturally happen in off-airport training where we're out of that kind of sterilized environment of the gravel's always this way. Now we're putting it down wherever we're putting it down. Let's see what we're dealing with here. But I think there's a lot of training to the test, right? We know we have to do a slope. It's typically going to be one side or the other. Although actually a lot of DPs also will just take the off-airport. If it's not a perfectly flat landing, that'll count for the slope. So it goes kind of what you said, not just doing the left, but do the right, do the nose up, make them comfortable in all these different slope landings.
Yeah, and I got to fly a VR simulator with Loft Dynamics, and they actually had slopes built into that, so it was pretty easy to do any kind of slope that they had. So I thought that was great that was just built into the system.
This clip was just a small taste of the 3-part Dangerous Student Errors series on the Helicopter Training Podcast. In that series, we break down key instructor techniques like guarding and blocking controls, ghosting maneuvers, when to take the controls, and how to respond when a student freezes up. We then apply those concepts across real training scenarios, including slopes, hover work, running landings, quick stops, vortex ring state, auto rotations, simulated engine failures, off-airport operations, and more. We also review real maneuver-specific accidents and what we can learn from them as instructors and as students. You can find the full episodes right here on this YouTube channel under the podcast tab, or search for Helicopter Training Podcast on your favorite podcast player. And if you're interested in learning to fly helicopters, you can start learning right now on Helicopter Training Videos YouTube channel with video playlists covering things like ground school subjects, flight maneuvers, as well as following along with the student on every training flight from day one all the way through to checkride. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to get all the latest videos and help support this channel. And finally, for more information, including articles, quizzes, and resources, and how to support this volunteer project, please check out our website, helicoptertrainingvideos.com. Thanks for watching. Fly safe.